Hello my lovelies! If you don't live under a massive rock, then you might have already seen new Korean BL Love for Love's Sake. And if you have, then I'm pretty damn sure that you also loved it like I did. This show was so much more than a simple BL. At first look, it might seem that Tae Myung-ga helped Cha Yo-won in finding his footing in the world, helped him overcome the tragic death of his grandma, escape his abusive father, find friends, and made sure that Cha Yo-won was cared for even after he was gone. But in this video, I will share 8 hidden details that will change your outlook of this show forever. So let's get started. At the age of 29, Tae Myung-ga finds himself engulfed in despair and profound depression, his weariness with life weighing heavily upon him. When Myung-ga went into the cafe to see his mother, he had already decided to end his life. That is why he was wearing a black suit, a symbolic gesture representing his resignation to end his own life. In Korean tradition, black suits are worn at funerals, and in this moment, Myung-ga is mentally preparing himself to attend his own metaphorical funeral through the act of taking his own life. Seeking solace and a glimmer of hope in his mother's love, Myung-ga's visit to her becomes his final lifeline. However, his mother's rejection serves as the crushing blow that extinguishes his last flicker of hope. With his spirit shattered and devoid of any reason to continue, Myung-ga drowned himself in the sea. Tae Myung-ga meets his sunbae at the bar. That sunbae is most likely a grim reaper or god who meets him in the afterlife and has taken the form of his sunbae that Tae Myung-ga recognizes. Tae Myung-ga wants a happier life, and in his darkest hour, as he grapples with the reality of his own death submerged in the sea's depths, Myung-ga regrets his decision. He never truly desired death but yearned for salvation, for someone to rescue him from the abyss. He said that it would be nice to have someone who cares for me and gives me a second chance when I fail. With deep affection for Myung-ga, this divine entity orchestrates his reincarnation, affording him a fresh start and the opportunity to rewrite his life's narrative. That is why he was 19 years old when he wakes up. And when he wakes up in the classroom, there are underwater sounds because Tae Myung-ga is transferred directly from the bottom of the sea to the classroom in his new life. In the realm of the afterlife, Sunbae engages in a profound dialogue with Tae Myung-ga, shaping a series of missions reflective of Myung-ga's deepest desires and aspirations, accumulated over his 29 years of existence. Each mission serves as a stepping stone toward Myung-ga's ultimate pursuit of happiness. One such mission revolves around aiding Cha Yo-won in fostering friendships, a symbolic gesture representing Myung-ga's own quest to alleviate his loneliness and forge meaningful connections in his new life. By guiding Cha Yo-won towards companionship, Myung-ga embarks on a journey of personal rediscovery. Another mission assigned by Sunbae entails assisting Cha Yo-won in gaining visibility on social media platforms, a metaphor for Myung-ga's longing to step out of the shadows and be recognized by the world. Sunbae challenges Myung-ga with a mission to earn money, a directive designed to underscore the importance of striving towards one's own happiness and fulfillment. Through diligent effort and perseverance, Myung-ga comes to realize that true happiness cannot be passively attained, but must be actively pursued through determination, action, and self-improvement. In his afterlife, Tae Myung-ga said that being fated to live a depressing and lonely life is incredibly unfair, and he wouldn't mind dating Cha Yo-won because his life is similar to him. The author is so clever that Myung-ga and Yo-won's name when put together, Won Myung, in Korean means fate. They also elaborated in their tweet here. It becomes apparent that Myung-ga and Yo-won's meeting was no coincidence but rather a predetermined convergence of destinies. As Myung-ga and Yo-won come together in Myung-ga's second life, symbolizing the fulfillment of Myung-ga's ultimate happiness, the game metaphorically reaches its conclusion. Just before the end credits roll, the show employs a clever device by listing character names instead of the actors' real names, signifying the culmination of Myung-ga's quest for happiness. With their union, the game of seeking happiness comes to a satisfying end. Throughout Myunga's journey, subtle cues in the form of error messages within the game highlighted his struggles with emotional expression and internal conflict. These errors were intentional, as the game was designed to guide Myunga towards achieving ultimate happiness and fulfillment by encouraging him to open up and confront his emotions. One pivotal moment in the game presented Myunga with a choice between his grandmother and himself, mirroring a real-life dilemma. Myunga was meant to prioritize his own happiness, symbolized by choosing Cha Yo-won, recognizing the inevitability of his grandmother's eventual passing. However, Myunga's selflessness led him to choose neither, causing the game to crash. The warning messages that appeared throughout Myunga's journey were not actually warnings, but rather gentle reminders from Sunbae or God urging Myunga to prioritize his own happiness, symbolized by choosing Cha Yo-won over selflessness. These messages served as guidance for Cha Yo-won's path towards happiness orchestrated by Sunbae. In addition to these guiding messages, Sunbae expressed deep affection for Myunga, sending heartfelt messages conveying longing and desire to see him again. The final message Myunga received before his journey's end contained a wish of hope and was signed off as "From Sunbae," indicating Sunbae's continuous presence and care throughout Myunga's journey. Sunbae's interventions and messages reflect a divine presence watching over Myunga, guiding him towards fulfillment and happiness, while also fostering a sense of companionship and support. Through these interactions, Sunbae played a pivotal role in shaping Myunga's path and ultimately guiding him towards his own happiness. In the concluding moments of the final scene, as Myunga and Cha Yo-won hug each other, Myunga softly utters the words, "Cha Yo-won, I love you," into his ears. Though the words are nearly drowned out by the background music, this marks Myunga's first explicit confession of love to Cha Yo-won, and this time Yo-won hears it crystal clear. Previously, there had been a moment when Myunga had confessed his feelings, but Yo-won hadn't heard it, and Myunga hadn't repeated it. Therefore, this declaration holds immense significance, symbolizing a pivotal moment in their relationship and carrying profound meaning for both characters. Throughout the game, Myunga often referred to himself as Cha Yo-won's protector and guardian. However, in the final episode when Yo-won searches for Myunga in the movie theater, a movie poster in the background catches the eye, displaying the word guardian. This subtle detail suggests a shift in roles, indicating that upon Myunga's return to the real world, Yo-won has become his guardian. The dynamic between them has evolved, signifying that they have become each other's protectors, companions, and guardians, symbolizing a mutual bond of love and support. I'm so impressed by the storytelling in this show and how thoughtfully the author uses symbolism to create a truly captivating viewing experience. Through the careful manipulation of coloring, framing, and subtle details, the show weaves together a narrative that is rich in meaning and depth. I love how the author subtly conveys a story full of hope and redemption. It's not just a love story of two characters, it's a love story of Tae Myunga learning to love himself through the game. The director and author's portrayal of the story has deeply resonated with me, leaving a lasting impression and instilling hope in me for this year's upcoming BL releases. Bye guys!